Hello everyone and welcome to Kernel of Wisdom's Mindfulness Meditation. Hello everyone and welcome to Kernel of Wisdom's Mindfulness Meditation Tips. I'm Joelle and today I'm going to share some ideas for how to set up your own meditation space. I often get questions about where I like to meditate, which I always have a hard time answering because the honest answer is that I like to meditate anywhere. I actually find that meditating in different spaces helps to keep each meditation fresh, and I find it can become far too easy for people to become attached to needing a lot of bells and whistles to make their meditations happen. I think it just distracts us from the bigger point, which is just to notice how we think and how we relate to the world around us. So it's actually even better to explore that in a variety of contexts and settings, and the less perfect it is, the more we have to react to and the more we actually learn from it. With that, I will admit that I do have a little meditation space of my own up in my room, which is just where I tend to meditate more frequently when I am at home. The nice thing about a little meditation space is that it does become a bit of a motivator. First of all, every time I see it, it's a physical reminder in my home that I should meditate that day. But I also selected all of the pieces in that space really intentionally. And so I find that the space itself is really inviting. I feel like every time I see it, I want to sit there and I want to spend some time meditating in that space. Okay, so I thought I'd take some time to show you the items that are in that space. The real key here is just to pick things that you love, that are personal to you. So something that I have might be very different than what you might select, but it's the idea and the intention that might be the same. Okay, so I will be honest that right now we are in the process of moving, so there's not a lot. And the first thing that I'll talk about is my favorite part of the space, and that's my meditation chair. I find it's the thing that attracts my eye and actually starts to invite me in to meditate. It's also the piece that I probably engage with the most through meditation because it's where I have the most contact. So the meditation chair was really important to me because I wanted it to be comfortable enough that I could sit in for a really long time. But I also really wanted to love it. It caught my eye right away. And it was probably because of the color, but I think also just the natural wood and it feeling a bit handmade. And so I just loved it. Now, I like to meditate sitting in a chair, but there are lots of people who like to meditate sitting on a cushion on the floor or even lying down. Whatever surface you're going to be sitting in or on or lying on is going to be where you have the most contact and interaction during your meditation. So take your time to actually pick something that you love because that's what's really going to make a difference. The next item that I tend to use all the time in meditation is my singing bowl. And the reason I use it all the time is because I use it as a bell to start and end my meditation. So if you want to choose a meditation bell, the key is actually to try and go and pick something out in person because most of the time they're handmade. They tend to be made different sizes. There's different divots in my bell as there would be in any bell. They're made out of different metals, so they all sound completely different. So it's nice to go and choose a bell that you actually like the sound of. The other item that I tend to keep close by in my meditation space is a meditation journal. I do a lot of my post-meditation journaling online because I like the lock feature on it. But if I'm feeling particularly expressive or if there's something I'm really excited about, sometimes it feels good to handwrite it. So as far as paper-based journals go, I have two that I tend to use the most. What I really love is the quality of the paper and the way it actually feels to write on it. I know it's just a little thing, but it's that little bit of extra motivation to keep me journaling my reflections more often after a meditation. Okay, and my last 2 items are all about warmth. The first is my super cozy woolly blanket. This is a piece that I got on Madeira Island, which is where my mom was born. I'll just drape it over my shoulders or keep it on my lap to keep me from getting too cool. The next item is a pair of really cozy slippers. With both of these pieces, they're just there to make sure that I don't get fidgety, I don't get fussy about the temperature, and that I can just stay in the meditation. So that is my meditation space, and hopefully seeing it helps inspire you to create a space that you love and that feels really personal to you. Again, I will emphasize that you need absolutely nothing in order to meditate, so do not limit yourself. With that, I hope you have a ton of fun setting up a space to meditate in. If you have any questions, just post them in the comment box. I am happy to help, and otherwise, happy meditating.